Merry meet everyone. Welcome back to Midnight Fantasy Creation. Today's going to be a nice short quick video. I am doing that review on the cherry blossom that I took from outside, or that I left outside. So it's been about a month and it's still intact. I'm actually quite happy with that. Surprised? No, I figured the water wouldn't penetrate through the resin. Now, as for how it looks after sitting in the sun for about a month, as of right now, not comparing it next to anything, this looks pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. It does look a little on the hazy side. I did wash it because I figured, oh, well, maybe it just got a little dirt in it because I did put it in a little flower pot for a little while. But when you actually stick it next to one that's been sitting indoors, like this one, you can actually see a total difference. This one's very hazy. There is just an ever so slight yellow hue in comparison to this one. This one's nice and bright. It's vibrant. It's not hazy. So UV resin works on keeping the resin powder from dissolving, but it does still yellow. Now, I did want to do a comparison video, and I think I might do a little bit of, I want to do a jewelry comparison video because I have been playing with this new resin. I only bought one so far. I do want to do one with Let's Resin's resin, but I've been playing with this one because this one was highly recommended by, I believe her name is April. If I got that wrong, I am so sorry. She has her own YouTube channel. It's called Dragons in Dresses Craftsorium. I think I pronounced that last word right, but it is Dragons and Dresses. She's a super sweet lady. She did ask if I wanted to do an online live video and do some crafting. I would love to do that. Unfortunately, she does usually do them on the weekends, and I work weekends, but I have noticed she is scheduling one on a Wednesday with someone. I don't remember who she said she was doing it with, so I'm hoping maybe we can schedule one on a day where I have off. I can do a live chat. So if you're watching, April, and trust me, I've been keeping that in mind, I would love to do that. It looks like fun. I think I've watched a little bit of one or two while it was live. Unfortunately, like I said, I do work weekends, so I have a hard time doing that at my full-time job anyways. So I do want to eventually do that. I've never done that before. I don't know how how to do it. So that would be really fun to do. So keep that in mind for future. I might do a live one with her. I would really love that. So anyways, April said this was her favorite resin. She highly recommends it. It's fairly inexpensive. It truly is. And she says it's the best quality one she's used so far. She says she's used a lot. So I am going to do a nice test on whether the quality. I have played with it because I wanted to do those cherry blossom earrings that I mentioned in the last video. So I kind of did play a little bit with it with the jewelry. These are going to be the earrings that are going to be going on the shop. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, if not too long after. I ran out of these little chains, so I'm waiting for the next shipment of chain to come in, and that won't be until next week, sometime next week. By then I should have the earrings done pretty close to this video being released. So I have played with it, and I do like how it feels in comparison to the Go resin. I'm very impressed. Doesn't come out as tacky. The only thing is it doesn't say low viscosity, but it is a low viscosity. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. So what that means is a little more runny, so not as thick. And whereas the Go resin, I want to tell you right now, it doesn't say high viscosity, but it definitely is a high viscosity because I have to warm this sucker up to get it out of the bottle without it, like you've seen, it gets thick, it gets bubbly, it's hard to work with. Warming it up tends to make it a little easier. This one's very liquidy. I shouldn't say very liquidy. It's more liquidy or easier to work with, especially when it comes to jewelry. But with that being said, I don't know how well it's going to work with these. Now, for the magnets, I don't mind using the Go resin. To be honest, this is very good. It's got more, I want to say, it's hard, but it's it's got a strange texture to it. It's not quite as smooth, but it's perfect. It's almost like a plasticky kind of feel, not as hard as this one. So right there, I'm already looking to use this more for the jewelry because I do like how it feels and how it looks. Now, whether or not I want to do them for magnets like this one, I don't know how well that's going to work because, like I said, it is a lower viscosity. So I do have, where is it? Some more of these already made and ready. They just need to be sealed. Apparently, I made a mess out of some of these. And I do want to do a test run on one of these. I think, at least in this video, I might seal these, glue them, and then maybe leave this outside to see, because this does advertise as anti-yellowing or yellowing resistant. I'm trying to read on the back of the bottle and the absolutely fine print. I know it says it on their website because it has a bunch of information on it, but it's not like it says like how hard it is or how resistant it is. It does tell you the ingredients of the UV resin, which I don't know what would help make it resistant or anything. So they do have a lot of like lovely little information on the back of the bottle. So I definitely want to try this and see how well it's going to work for coating these, because I really do want to be able to have my gnomes and whatnot go outside. I have these cute little trinkets that would be really cute garden ornaments, and I can't even let them go outside because the second they go outside they dissolve, and I don't have a kiln. So no, there's no way I am doing a, what do you call it, clay one. Those you would be able to get wet, stick outside. I mean, I think eventually if they got wet and then cold and broke that way. But anyways, so I mean, I want them to go outside. So I will be putting this outside along with this one. I am going to mark on the back with a marker. So this one is going to be Go Resin. That way I know which one. Of course, this one's been outside for a month, but we can check in on this one for a month. So this one is, I'm just going to put GR, and then I'll put BR on the back of this one. That way I know which one's which. And I'm not going to do a rhinestone. Actually, I don't know if I want to waste one of my painted ones. Do I have one that's not painted? Actually, I do. I have, so I won't need to. I'm not going to waste my painted ones. I have ones that aren't painted. So I made, of course, I had some extra resin, and again, I'm trying to stock up on little things so I can start giving out freebies to people who buy things, because people have been buying things off of my Etsy shop, and thank you so much. I do appreciate it. If you found my Etsy shop because of my YouTube channel and you bought something, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. It helps me out. It lets me continue doing the things that I love the most, which is crafting. I do a lot of it. I swear this thing looks duller and duller every time I look at it. So yeah, I don't want to ruin the nice pretty little painted ones, because I do want to save those. Like, I'm not worried about them yellowing as a magnet unless you plan on your fridge being in the sun 24/7. Those should be fine. But again, I do want to be able to get my gnomes out there, so I am going to test it out on this lovely little flower. I'm not even going to waste a little tiny, I don't even know if I want to waste the little leaf. I think I might just do the flower. But I also want to see if the color does shift. Shoot. No, you know what? It's fine. I'll make more. We will do one with the color because I do want to see how the color is shifting like this. Like, look how bright this one is compared to this one. Like, so I do, yeah, I'll leave the color. And I've been doing it, let's see, this way. And I want a crappy flower that I don't care if I get rid of. That works. All right, so I'm going to stick this on a different silicone mat. I know this is all gross, but just in case I want to move. I don't know if this is going to reach. Yeah, it reaches a little bit, but that way I can slide it where I need to move it. All right, finger cots. So I'm going to be putting on my little finger cots to protect my fingers from the resin, because I don't want to put on gloves. I don't feel like going to bringing a box of my gloves from my office home with me. And it is getting warmer, which means I will eventually be able to work in my office and start doing some epoxy resin. I'm very excited about that. I really can't wait. There's a bunch of projects that I want to do that I haven't been able to do because the fact that I can't work on them. So we are going to just do a nice top coat to seal these two in. Like I said, this is very liquidy in comparison to the other one. And I have this little tool. So I don't know if this is going to run anywhere. Hopefully not. And then I'll do the back. When I do an actual, like, real comparison video, I do want to have them side by side so you can see them together and see how different they are, like, next to each other. Not like today. Today I'm just throwing on some resin, a different resin to see comparison on yellowing. But I do want to do some nice pretty pendants. And I have some stuff coming in the mail to do I want to do a beach scene, but I want to do it with UV resin. And I want to add little mermaids because, like, I mean, to be honest, I don't know how many times I mentioned it on this video. We are a fantasy-based company, so we are more into, like, the dragons, the unicorns, the mermaids, the gnomes, all that lovely, lovely fantasy stuff. And I want to incorporate those into whatever I am making as much as possible. And I do have a lot of little kitty cat stuff and some wolf stuff. They're not necessarily fantasy, but they're not far off. So wolves are very spiritual animals, and I am into the spiritual animals. Same thing with, like, the eagles, the owls, the ravens. They're very spiritual animals. Cats very much as well. So Halloween comes around, you're going to see probably a lot of kitty cats, especially black ones, in my shop. And I am also adding coloring books and revamping my Etsy shop, by the way. So keep an eye out on that. I am adding smaller paint your own gnomes. So there'll be small, medium, and then I'm adding figurines. So, like, the mermaids, I don't have too much on the dragons, but, like, little angels, unicorns. What else do I have right now? I have some stuff that's dragon. I have some goddess stuff, and I will be adding more on as often as I can. All right, so I'm going to cure this. I'm pretty sure I'm missing like 100 spots, but it is going all over the place. So, like I said already, it is already better to use the thicker viscosity for a coat job like this. It stays on better, you can move it around, and you don't have to worry about it like getting all over the place. So I have finally figured out how to connect my Etsy shop to my website. So I will be putting on more of my handmade stuff slowly, because it is a bit of a process to try connecting two websites together. And I am going to be starting an eBay store as well. So there'll be 3 locations where you can find my stuff and buy stuff that you like. They'll pretty much be, for the most part, all the same. Nothing spectacular. See, like, this is already, oh, well, I don't have to coat the bottom, and that got some paint on it. This is dirty. But that is what I meant by it just goes everywhere. It's already on the bottom and leaking out on the sides. Probably should have put this on a clean mat. So, for coating, not so good. This is already, for the most part, pretty coated. I am just going to grab some of these spots that did not get any resin on it. And then I am just going to stick it under the light and cure it as quickly as possible, especially since this is going to go all over the place. Good thing I'm not giving this one away because I would not be happy with the way it looks. Let's bring this over here. So, like I was saying, I finally connected my Etsy shop to my online store, so you definitely can check out my merchandise. Again, Etsy is just going to be handmade. That's not going to change. But you'll be able to find my handmade items on eBay as well as my website, along with the other merchandise that I have to offer, such as, let me see if I can get it out. You can find things like, and I'm just adding these. This is a beautiful hairpin. I have a nice crescent moon triple goddess one, but I'll be adding these to like my website as well as eBay, but Etsy will strictly be handmade goods. So if you want to see a little sample of things that I offer on my website, shoot me a message. I have no problem doing a video on some of my inventory. And what else? I do my best to try to keep it up to date, kind of cycle through things with the season. Etsy's a little harder because you post an item and it's up for 3 months. So I have to literally gauge, like, remember to stick an item out at least a month before the holiday, and that way you have it a month before, during, and then a month after. I have not mastered that yet, so I do apologize. I'm hoping to get better at that this year, and we will see how the following years go. All right, so I can already tell I need to coat some of these sides, so I'm gonna have to do that a little bit at a time. I did find my little torch, UV torch, so I'm gonna use that until the batteries die anyways. I'm pretty sure the batteries are dying, and if I'm ever off camera, I do apologize. I don't mean to. Let's seal this in, drag that over because that was a bit much. So I'm just holding this underneath at least long enough to seal in the resin without gluing it to my fingers. And then I'm going to rotate and get the other sides, and then I'm going to stick it under the lamp and completely cure it that way, because this torch works great, but it still has its limitations and it's not perfect, which I do not mind. So I'm probably going to miss spots with this stuff. I don't think I'm getting this very well coated, so definitely not using this to do my magnets with. Nails. Nails, girl. Do you have to walk with your nails? Alright. Come on, Dodge. Dodge, move. I love you too, but I am not petting you right now, and I need to see what I'm doing. That's looking good. Let's see if I can get this other flower on. Oh, where'd it go? Dodgy, get down. Oh, I don't know what it, oh, there it is. Oh. Bring this on over because I know I'm gonna make a mess. Do that. Goes through the center. I should have did the back. Oh well. Nope. Nope. Ah! It's probably not going to seal right. But I was supposed to do the back first and then the front, so we're going to wing it. This is so pretty. Ooh, look at that light up. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. That sucker's glowing. Love that paint. That's in there. I might just put a little dollop right in the opening and let it just ooze down and seal it. So I'm pretty sure I got every inch of this thing. Not as pretty as I would like it, but hey, this is an experiment to see how well this yellows or has yellow resistance to the UV. So I'm going to stick this under the lamp real quick, and then we are going to revisit this in 30 days again. At least this one anyways. I mean, I might do both just to see how yellow this one gets. And how much the sun is going to take the color out of the poor pink. I can't believe how faint that got. But, so that is going to be all for today's video. Like I said, this is going to be super simple and quick. Next week, I will be doing, like I said, probably the mermaid pendants with the beach scene and the crashing waves. And we're going to do the crashing waves UV resin. And those of you who have commented, thank you so much. I appreciate the comments. They help me, you know, figure out what you guys like or what's helpful. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe. Also check out my Etsy shop for any of the items that we make here on these videos. You can also go to my online store at midnightfantasycreation.com and find merchandise like sweatshirts, t-shirts, hoodies, leggings. I actually think I need to add the leggings for the spring now that it's getting warmer. But you can get sneakers. I'm going to be adding bathing suits. So definitely, if you're into the fantasy stuff, you know, I'll definitely be doing stuff like that. So definitely check that out. And you can also check out all my social media. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all under Midnight Fantasy Creation. And of course, you should be able to see my little crescent moon. I usually keep it up in this little corner right over here, so you know it's my website. And then I will see you guys in the next video. Blessed be. Bye.